today I have the Honorable Hamza Suhuyini. Sometimes people confuse him with Honorable Alhassan Suhuyini. So of course, you have no option to also address him as Honorable Hamza Suhuyini. But he is a lawyer and a businessman. But interestingly, he's also neck deep in the politics and governance of our country. And of course, he is a communications team member of the National Democratic Congress, the ruling party. And I don't know whether Lily wants to come in the video, but you are not invited because I'm having a chit chat with my brother, Honorable Despa.
Nah, can't be well.
So how is it when you have a brother who is a member of parliament, who is currently also a deputy minister for roads and highways, and sometimes people confuse, the two of you, especially the media. Sometimes, how both of you, how do you even discuss it?
We do, and you see, sometimes it can be exciting, others too, it can be frustrating. Exciting in the sense that, look, it is an honor to be seen in the image of your brother, especially your big brother. It is an honor for people to see you and all what they think about is your big brother. It means that he has achieved a lot, and the clarion call is on you to attempt to do better, or to at least match up with what he has done. Because that's an excellent example, and that is what every parent would wish for, as far as the kids are concerned. So the standards, his shoes are bigger, but the fact that people see you and think that you are Honorable Alhassan Suhuyini means that you should also do your best to ensure that you don't bring the standards low. And I think that has been my responsibility. But in terms of how it is like politically, it's been quite difficult for the both of us. I say so, it has been quite difficult for the both of us because, you see, there are certain burdens that he would ordinarily carry that he is not supposed to carry because of me. And the vice versa is true. There are instances I go to colleagues in government, and that is the unfortunate truth. But there are instances I go to colleagues in government seeking one favor or the other. Maybe party foot soldiers are chasing me for employment. And I take about 3-4 CVs and I walk into a CEO's office. And when I make the request, the first thing they say, oh, okay, Hamza, you see, it's not easy. Even your brother brought some names and we gave them. You understand?
And so sometimes that's a challenge.
Yes. And
politically.
I'm like, okay, so yes. So 2 in 1, you and your brother are the same. Sometimes I just keep quiet and I walk out.
Okay.
That is the unfortunate reality. And it happens to him too. I'm sure he's gone to places where I have gone before him.
You had gone earlier.
Yes, I had gone earlier. Then maybe presented an interest and they tell him, look him in the eye and say, oh, please. Hamza just came and we helped him with A, B, C, and D. Because the assumption always is that when they do something for Alhassan Suhuyini, the assumption is that they are doing it for Hamza Suhuyini. When they do something for Hamza Suhuyini, the assumption is that they are doing it for Alhassan Suhuyini. People do not want to accept that there's a difference between the two of us. That is the unfortunate challenge. And that is why sometimes when I meet people, they tell me that, look, but you join the NPP or join another political party. That is the only way.
I was actually coming
that is the only way you will.
If you look at the Jirapo family, for example, one, Abu is with the MPP and John is with the NDC. In your case, I don't know whether sometimes people have discussions to that effect, but how did both of you find yourself in the NDC and not you, maybe you in the NDC and he in the MPP, or you in the MPP and he in the...
I think it was just, our politics was shaped largely by our father and the community that we grew up. The community was largely NDC. Our father was so committed to the party NDC, and of course our mom. May their souls rest in peace. And so from childhood, I think that shaped our thinking in terms of politics. So for us, growing up, it was not about strategy or benefit to us as individuals. It was about the ideology and the association with the political party. And so if we were going to consider strategy, I'm sure that on hindsight, we would have belonged to different political parties. But it was influenced simply by ideology and commitment and love. That was inflicted or sold to us by our parents. And so we grew with it. Okay. I remember in university, I had so many engagements with some members of the NPP who are leading figures today, who were of the view that, look, Hamza, you cannot go and do politics in the NDC. Come to us, come to us, come to us. But that was not my preoccupation. The only party I knew was NDC. Okay. And that was the only party I wanted to associate with. But there are costs of that association. And you see, I always say it. It is burdensome for me and my brother. Look, there are places we walk to. There are places I go to seek for favor. And someone will look me and they say, oh, but you shouldn't even be here. Your brother and co, they are in charge of Big Push or whatever they call it.
Yeah, Big Push Initiative.
You understand?
Yeah.
And they forget, well, either for convenience or just for the politics of that even he is not the substantive minister.
Okay.
He is deputy, and even his powers are limited. Even if he needs something, he needs to go and knock on the doors of his minister to seek for favor. So it's simply the same as me also going to do same.
Okay. So how is it like? I mean, he being an MP, you and a deputy minister at the same time. And how is it like if you need a favor from him? Have you ever walked up to him wanting a particular favor or the other?
That is the beauty of my relationship with him, is that I don't need to go to him and ask for it. He anticipates my needs. Okay. And if he's in a position to honor those needs, he does. Okay. So hardly do you see me going asking for favors, because we spend so much time together. Okay. So we spend so much time together. You understand? So that is not really my concern. But I always tell people that sometimes when I look at him, I even feel sorry for him. If I have money in my pockets, I'll rather give it to him to run his constituency.
Why?
Because he's a member of parliament. Okay. The responsibilities are onerous. And if you go back home, because of the level of education, people don't even appreciate that the fact that he's a deputy minister, he's limited. And that he also needs to, even to bring roads to his own constituency, he needs the approval of his boss. They don't understand. They think that it's just through the stroke of a pen. Yeah. So sometimes you walk in and people are criticizing him. Oh, this road is even deputy minister of roads. He's not worked on this road. He's deputy minister of roads. But you see, these are the limitations.
But
so when you know all these things,
is it not because of the promises you politicians make to people?
Yes, you make promises. You make
expectations very high.
You make
that
promises.
They hold you to account for it, and now you want to tell them that, oh, you are not even supposed to be doing this. You are only maybe development agents, but not necessarily, at the helm of affairs to provide it when they need it.
You make promises based on expectations, and it is not wrong for politicians to make their promises based on expectations. Okay. And so even if you are a parliamentary candidate or a member of parliament and you have your expectations are high, and based on those high expectations, you make promises, it is fair.
And when these demands and criticisms comes from the constituency,
you ask.
Then it means it's justified.
Fair. Most of them are justified. For example, if I believe that if my party is elected into office, I'm going to be made a minister, a chief executive, a deputy chief executive, or a deputy minister, and I proceed at the back of that to tell you that, look, if NDC comes to power, I'll do A, B, C, and D. It is legitimate. And if I come to power and I fail in getting either a chief executive position, a deputy ministerial position, or a ministerial position, and you criticize me for not living up to expectation to the promises I made to you, as a constituent, you are justified. Okay. So it is now my responsibility to come to explain to you why you need to be patient and that I'm still committed to the promises.
You are very close with him. How does it feel when these high expectations are not met yet, but the people, as you put it, do not understand what the situations are, or maybe the processes, these interventions that were promised will go through? How does he feel when people criticize him or criticize politicians?
Well, for him, he always considers it a wake-up call. And I can assure you, if you go back to his constituency, he's done so much well. Not just because the NDC is in power, even prior to the NDC coming into office. We have school blocks dotted across their constituency. Today, he's tackling some major roads that he's able, because of that position, to deal with. Not all. Because if you look at the road network in his constituency and you consider what he's doing now, it's just a drop in an ocean. But the most important thing is that the people understand that there's that commitment on his part to living up to expectation. And for us, that is our preoccupation. And that gives him some kind of clarity in terms of what he needs to do for the people going forward. Anytime he's criticized, and that's one thing I love about him, he takes it on. If it is right,
He's cool
in our
with
quiet
criticism.
moments, yes, in our
He
quiet
doesn't
moments,
get angry.
absolutely not.
He
You know
doesn't
him.
take it too personal.
You know him. In our quiet moments, he will tell you that, look, this thing they are saying is true. We need to find a solution to it.
Okay.
This thing they are saying is true. We need to find a solution to it. And that is the way we have been we were brought up.
Okay.
And so we don't compromise when it comes to the truth.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I think this is his third term being member of parliament. And I don't know whether he intends to go for a fourth term. But in the case where he doesn't want to go, would you want to?
Never. And I say so with certainty. Never,
Why?
never. You see, I always believe that is not a family affair. They are better
But is it
qualified.
your interest? But do you have any interest of going to parliament
Not
at a later date?
Not now. Maybe in the future, but definitely not Tamale North constituency. I can assure you.
Okay.
Definitely not Tamale North constituency. That I am pretty much convinced that I'm not doing. But you see, you need to understand the dynamics of my relationship and my politics in the NDC to know that I need to be measured, I need to be patient, and I need to wait for the right time to do whatever I need to do in the party. And that is what I'm doing. Sometimes when people see me on national television defending the party, they wonder what the motivation is.
Okay.
But like I indicated, the motivation is rooted in love and ideology for the party.
Okay.
Not because of personal benefits.
Okay.
On a daily basis, we encounter frustration on the way. Even as party communicators, there are things that frustrate us. There are opportunities that we do not get to seize. And especially for me, because of the wild assumptions I spoke about earlier.
That you are okay.
Your brother is this.
Yeah.
Your brother is okay. Even he is not okay, but the assumption is that he's okay. The assumption by extension is that I'm okay.
So is that the reason why you want to become the National Communications Officer?
I do not want to become the National Communications Officer of the NDC. And I think I have said this.
You don't intend to run?
No, I have no intention.
But where from those earlier flyers that we saw that Hamza
You see,
Suhuyini
party people will look at your work for the party and assume on the basis of that work that maybe you are best suited for this particular position. But I have always maintained, and I continue to say so, that anytime you see me picking a form to contest for a party position or to contest for parliament, then know that it is a decision sanctioned by elders of the party. My interest in being National Communications Officer or a member of parliament is irrelevant. I am part of a family. And being part of the family means that I have to work within that setup. If the elders of the party, because I'm trained to respect the elderly, if the elders of the party...
So is it the case that you wanted to contest and they said, hold on?
No, not at all. I'm simply telling you that the grassroots can make the calls.
Okay. But are you not supposed to listen to the grassroots?
The grassroots can... You see, that is not politics. The grassroots can make the calls.
Yeah.
But the most important thing you must not lose sight of, the grassroots is just one stakeholder of the party. We have the elders call.
Yeah.
Simply because the grassroots wants you, doesn't mean that the elders think that you are best suited to play that role.
Okay.
So for me, it has always been my position that it is not enough for the grassroots to be rooting for you, but as to whether or not the elders themselves are comfortable with your being there.
Okay.
And I can assure you, if the elders meet today and decide that Hamza go and contest party A, B, C, and D, it will be difficult for me to say no to the elders.
Okay. So you had the opportunity to serve under the Mahama 1 administration. But this time around, it's been 1.5 years. You don't have an official position in government. You don't want to run for National Communications Officer yet. You are not going to run as MP in Tamale or any other constituency at the moment. So, are you still looking forward to serve in government again? And when the opportunity comes, would you take it? Or you enjoy being a private person, but at the same time communicating for the party?
You see, let us contextualize it. First of all, every politician has ambitions. and I've told so many people this behind the scenes, it is not just the money that fills our pockets. We all crave for an opportunity to leave an indelible mark as far as the national politics of this country is concerned. So even when you are dead and gone, people can still remember the contributions you made to national development. At this stage, thankfully, and by the grace of God Almighty, it is not about what I will eat tomorrow or today. God has provided that already. We call it sociological needs. I think that we have gone past that stage by the grace of God. Where we are is about legacy and leaving footprints. And so, on the basis of that desire, I will not reject an offer that gives me an opportunity to also leave footprints as far as the national political scene is concerned. I will not reject it. But you see, it is not just about that. I always tell people that my political future is uncertain, even to me. So when I sit down, I don't draw plans. I leave it to time. I leave it to time. Like you indicated, in the last Mahama administration, it took me, I was only fortunate the last year of that regime to get appointed.
As a secretary?
Not as a member of the government board. And I owe debt of gratitude to the Honorable Yunus Afusei.
Former MP
for Tamale. I knew nobody. It was not about my political lens. It was absolutely by the grace of God and by his intervention. And so he gave me that opportunity. And I always tell people, I never met President Mahama, I never met anybody. It was simply my relationship with Honorable Yunus Afusei. I got that opportunity. But throughout that time, I moved from office to office simply looking for an employment. I never got. I moved from GNPC to NPA. At a point, I gave up. I was not looking for a board. I was simply just normal employment work. I didn't get. About a year to the government going into office, I was favored by Honorable Yunus Afusei with that appointment. And it shaped my political destiny. And for which I remain grateful to him. You understand?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I always don't plan for my future. I leave it in the hands of God. Because me, I'm a Muslim. I do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm committed to it. And if it brings fruits, fair enough. If it doesn't, I try again.
Okay, so let's wrap up. It's been a year and a half in office for the NDC government. And in simply put, how has it been so far, and what does the next few years look like for John Dramani Mahama?
I think that you agree with me that it has been quite fulfilling, not to the expectations that many would have had, which is justified. But because also of the kind of economic situation that we inherited, it kind of made our recovery journey difficult, but faster. So thankfully, we are moving out of the phase of stability to real growth and prosperity. That cannot be done in a matter of 1 year, 6 months, because remember, we've just been in power for 1 year, 5 months or so. And so now that we have some measure of stability, the preoccupation now is to move straight to job creation and prosperity. And when we get there, hopefully, especially the youth, would get the needed openings to also contribute their quota to national development. But if you look at the president's handling of the economy with his finance minister, it's something that we are all commending him for. You go to the markets women are happy, they are excited in terms of the exchange rate stability. If you look at education, there seems to be some measure of stability and certainty as far as our educational institutions are concerned. You know, senior high schools, feeding grants and issues are a thing of the past. People used to complain about it. So there's some measure of stability. Then you go to the health sector. We have some little turbulence. And I'm sure that in a matter of a year or two, we'll be able to deal with that decisively. But you cannot close your eyes to the heavy investment that has taken place in the health sector. Most especially the recent launch of the primary health care, which is going to concentrate heavily on preventive by the minister responsible for health. So all the sectors are beginning to play out positively. It is just our hope that we maintain the momentum, and areas that we even need to increase the momentum, we increase the momentum and deliver quickly development to the good people of this country. But I am very excited and confident that this is a government that would leave a legacy, considering the fact that this is the last term of His Excellency President John Mahama, though people are calling for the likely consideration of a third term. Well, we leave that to time.
Thank you. I'm fine. Okay, that's been my conversation with Honorable Hamza Suhuyini, the lookalike of Alhassan Suhuyini. Like, comment, and share. Catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
What's up?